Are you looking for an easy to make project for your xTool S1 or really any other diode laser out there? Then that is exactly what today's video is all about. We're going to dive into how to make an easy and super simple keychain. You can put whatever you want on it, whether you want to be personalized or you just want to kind of have it batch made and sell. And it takes just a couple minutes to engrave and cut out, and it really only takes a minute or two to design. Today's video is not going to be very long. It doesn't need to be, but if you're wanting to make this keychain, I'll have all of the materials that are used in the description below. I'll also have the laser that I use linked down there too. It is the xTool S1 with the 40-watt module and a smart air assist. But like I said, you can make this on any laser, whether it's a diode laser or CO2 laser, whatever it is. Just know your settings and use that. But with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump on over into Lightburn, where we're going to design the file first. Then we'll bring it over into XCS, get all of the settings programmed, get it cut out, cleaned up, finished up, and ready to go. My name is Patrick. This is Creative Workshop. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get started with this project. Okay, so we'll start off in Lightburn by drawing a 122.781 wide by 22.634 millimeter tall rectangle. That's very specific, but that's the size that I've come up with whenever I was doing all of my prototyping. That's what I landed on. Now you want to do a 3 by 3 millimeter hole and then center it. And this is going to be what you use for the keychain to go through. And now we'll grab the radius tool using a 10 millimeter radius and go ahead and round the corners. Now you could split this evenly in half if you want. I kind of like the way that this looks here. And then we'll grab the text tool. I'm using a font called Montage from Creative Fabrica, and I'm doing an 11.52 text height. Now I'll go ahead and make it the proper layer, so that way we have that. Kind of fumble through a little bit of the alignment here before just doing it manually. But you can just kind of move it over, and this is the size that I'm using for the text that I'm engraving. If you're going to be doing something different like a name, then go ahead and obviously modify everything to fit exactly what you need. Here, kind of doing a little bit of final positioning of that hole for the keyring, and we are ready to export this and go over to XCS. In XCS, we're going to go ahead and import the graphic. You can see the SVG right there. Now the one thing I wish XCS didn't make me have to do is do the union. It imports each letter as an individual glyph, so you do have to union, otherwise it will try to engrave them letter by letter, taking way longer than it needs to. But once we do that, I'm just basically changing these to engrave and cut layers. And then from there, I will go ahead and assign the settings. So I've got my settings already built in here, but we're going to be at 100% power, 175 for the speed, and 140 lines per centimeter. And then we're going to be at 100% power and 12 for the speed and 1 pass for the cut. Now we'll get the S1 turned on and kind of start to get everything set up. So here it is, homing for the first time after being turned on. That way it is ready to go. Then I will get the head moved out of the way and get ready to put the material into the laser and get ready to cut. With the material in the laser, I'm just kind of getting everything positioned in here so I can use the material the most effective way. Which one of the really nice things about the S1 is that you can just move the head wherever you want, and it updates that inside of XCS, making it super simple to align everything. So I really like that feature of this laser. That's something that xTool's other lasers don't offer, and it's really great to see that here. Once we have it all set, it's time to get the height set, which is actually really fun and interesting how the S1 does it. So it goes and touches and then kind of comes back and resets itself from there. But now we have the height set and are ready to go. Now that we've got the keychain off the laser, it's time to do something that took me a long time to really figure out. Now this is specifically Eco Birch by Smoky Hill Laser Designs, linked in the description, but this will work with any really pre-finished plywood. Use a magic eraser, save yourself the headache. Don't worry about using denatured alcohol. Don't try to use rubbing alcohol, isopropyl, whatever. Just use a magic eraser. You can get a huge bundle of them on Amazon for really cheap, again, linked below, and it works so much better. I've wasted hours and hours using other methods. But anyway, you get it cleaned up, you gotta get all your stuff threaded in, and really in a matter of about a minute or so, you have a finished keychain. Took about a minute on the laser, and it takes about a minute to do this stuff. Now you're ready to go and ready to sell. And there you have it. This is all complete. Honestly, this is one of the simplest projects that you can make. You can really make it any shape, any style. You can add any words you want. We chose a Bible verse for this. You can make it two-sided very easily. I just kind of flip it around in there. But yeah, I mean, it only takes a minute or two to design. And then honestly, on the 40 watt with the air assist, it only took a minute to cut out and engrave. So if you've got like the 20 watt, it'll probably take a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But no matter what you do, it's a fast project, simple. The rest of the hardware is pretty easy to get, and you can probably sell these, depending on your market, anywhere from, I'd say, $8 to $12, especially if you offer personalization. People would love to get their names put on it, or even offer two-sided with personalization. So one side says something like "Walk by Faith," the other side says their name. There's a lot of options you can do here, and you can do different materials. You could go into leather. I've actually got a leather one right here. You could do acrylic. You could do it out of anything. This is really just to show you that you don't have to overcomplicate designs. You don't have to go buy complicated design packs and figure out how to do things. You can just simply draw a rectangle, use a fillet tool to round the corners, add a small 3mm circle to it, throw some text on it, and you're done. You're ready to go. And this is ready to be a bestseller at your next craft show, craft fair, or on your website. Thank you so much for watching, and we've got plenty of other videos scheduled to come out. You can also check out our previous video where we kind of go more in depth on the S1 if you're trying to make that decision on whether or not to go with the S1 or something else. If you want to know whether or not to go with a diode or a CO2 laser, we have a video to help you with that, and also a video on this large 80 watt Mon port that's sitting behind me, kind of to get you started in your laser journey. We have more project videos, more reviews, and more how-tos coming up in the coming weeks. Our current goal is a new video every 2 weeks, eventually to bump that to a new video every week. We're also going to be introducing videos on our CNC. It's completely a mess behind me, but the Shapeoko 3XXL, we're going to be walking you through how to use that with your laser, and also how 3D printing can make a difference in your laser engraving, laser cutting business, as we're going to be introducing some of those products and videos in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up below. It helps other people to find the video. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. And if you didn't like the video, well, leave me a comment. Let me know what you didn't like. Tell me what you did or didn't like in the comments below. And start your comments at the bottom with "Walk by Faith." It'll confuse people why you're saying "Walk by Faith." And it'll also tell me that you watched all the way to the end and help me to have priority when responding to those comments. I do my best to respond to every comment that I can, or it makes sense to, and just true questions and all of that. So I'd love to engage with you down in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.